Hi, it's Ashley from AB Sound Advice. Today I'm doing a product review on the Sennheiser HD535 headphones. Yes, no, I know what you're thinking. You're thinking to yourself, okay, why is he doing a review on a headphone that he bought 14 years ago? Well, I do it in the essence of being professional. It also just shows, back in the old days when I used to be in the industry, I walked into one of my dealers in Auckland 14 years ago. And I said to the guy there, and the guy's his name is Paul, and Paul's still there, so thank you, Paul, from AV World. And I said, when you sell me these things, you do realise I'm a bit of a sound nut, I'm pretty fussy. I'm going to need a headphone that sounds good, and at the time, I don't want to spend a lot of money, but I want it to sound awesome. And he said, no, I got the headphone from you. I said, okay, cool. So he hands me these HD535 Sennheisers. I think back in those days there might have been about the 399, maybe 449, I can't even remember. And I said to him, you sure? And he goes, yeah, no. He said, no, you'll be happy. So I plugged these things in and, I listened to them in a store in Auckland and I'm going, wow, these are actually really good. and sounding surprised because, I told him clearly that I had an old pair of Koss that I had from the 80s and I wanted a similar sound to that. And at the time, Koss had stopped making that model. So, and I also knew that, obviously Sennheiser is another headphone brand that's been around for a very long time. And I think at the time, I just wanted something light and easy for chucking in my suitcase, carrying around. And I wanted to enjoy my music when I wasn't at home. So, Paul from AV World said, hey, these Sennheiser HD535s will be for you. So here we are, 14 years later. And by the way, Paul's still at AV World. So some people like myself never let go of the sound bug. And I thought, wait, we'll do a review. Now, you obviously notice in this video, I'm sure as I'm speaking, you go, wait a minute, that's not the cable that comes with them. And it isn't, that's not. This is the cable that came with them. And the reason I'm doing this, I also wanted to share with you too, that only just in the last year or so, I upgraded the cable. And as I was doing more product reviews and sharing information, I decided that I'd also cover off just how much the difference the cable made as well. So, and you can still buy these cables today. My understanding, if you go to Amazon, it's about the only place I could find one of these cables in a 4-point, not a 4-point, in the actual XLR 4-pin connection. So let's get right into it. So I found, would you believe, all these years that I did find some specs, so we can go back in time and just go through some of the information. So the weight back in those days, or today even, is 8.990Z. Obviously Sennheiser, as we know, it's a dynamic headphone. It's a stereo headphone. Frequency response is 25Hz. And its distortion is at 0.25%, sensitivity 97 dB, impedance is 150 ohm, and we're obviously using the neodymium technology that's in there. And it comes with which you see this cable here, comes with a 3.5 connection, and obviously these would normally be terminated to the headphone. So also comes with a 6.3 adapter, which I don't have on my desk here, but in reality we all know what that is. It's just a little small adapter that the 3.5 plugs into and converts it to a 6.3, and that is about it. So it is a very cool headphone. So what I wanted to cover off, first off, you can see here, you see the shape again. This shape seems to be a tried and very well used style. I find them to be so comfortable. They're very, very light. And, when you think about it, it's hard to believe. I also remember when he handed these to me, I was thinking to myself, wow, these are light. They just they just don't weigh anything. And I'm thinking to myself, this will be interesting. I just about looked at him thinking, are you pulling a trick on me here, mate? And he goes, no. So, as I said, I've re-listened to these, and as you know, you've watched me do. I've been playing with headphones since the early 80s, and I revisited these and changed the cable over. I re-listened on the 3.5, and I ran on the 3.5. I used the 6.3 adapter, and I ran that through the Schitz valve amplifier, the LYR. I also used the topping A90. I also used my DAC 1 from Marantz, and of course the Fuba HD iPhone, and of course my Sony Walkman, which is obviously got balanced on it, but it's not, this one won't plug into it, but I could do the 3.5. And I was actually just surprised. Here we are 14 years later, and I still love them. I mean, I can't believe it. I mean, 14 years later, I was only just, I put them aside and really had just forgotten about them. And I thought to myself, I've done so many headphone reviews. Wouldn't it be great just to go back and revisit something from the past just to see how we've developed? And what I can say about these headphones, musically, they're very detailed. Voices are fantastic. Nice bass. They're a very well balanced headphone, super comfortable and totally enjoyable. And when I did change the cable over and I ran it through the Topping A90, and of course I was able for the first time to listen to them in a balanced arrangement, I even liked them more. So if you've got a pair and you own a set already and you're running the standard cable, seriously consider swapping it. And if you do have a balanced amplifier where you can use the 4-pin XLR, then definitely worth the swap over. And I also love, it's a beautiful looking cable, as you can see there. It's really well made, high quality, and it's just really does make a difference to the sound. So something to consider if you've got a pair of these these old Sennheiser HD 535s. Definitely have a look at swapping the cable over. I think you're going to be pretty damn impressed. And my ones still seem to be in relatively good shape. I haven't got any tears or rips in them. So they've made it through for 14 years out of their carry bag, just sitting around the house. And here we are looking at them again and doing a review. And I think it's just a testament to if you're buying quality stuff, you should be able to get years and years and years out of them. And as I said today, I still enjoy them. So I hope you've enjoyed our little review, step back in time product review. And again, thank you to Paul at AV World in Auckland. Wow, you certainly hit the nail on the head when you sold these to me back in, 14 years ago, whatever that equates to. I'm not even sure. That's a long time ago. But definitely, if you've got any of your customers who've actually got them and haven't swapped the cable over, definitely worth looking at the balance cable, something to consider. And again, thank you for tuning into AB Sound Advice, and we'll see you next time.